thank you anyway. And welcome to this year's fall show. The Marin chapter was first chartered in 1954. This year's fall show takes a celebratory look at our chorus's last 60 years with the musical memories from the 50s. Now, some of you may remember that 1954 was the year that Eisenhower was president. You know, looking back when I was a kid then, I wondered why Americans basically choose the president from just 2 candidates, and they choose Miss America from 50 contestants. While you're thinking about that, do you remember the other big event from 1954? That was the year that all the toilets in New York's police stations were stolen, and the police had nothing to go on. By the way, don't bother to write these down, because if your pencil breaks, you'll realize it's pointless. What would really be pointless would be for this chorus to perform without our director. So let's give a warm welcome to our incomparable director, Mr. Phil DeMar. The Marin Chorus was the Far Western District Chorus champion in that very first year. Under the direction of Dave Stevens, they were known as the Saltaires. In honor of that time in our history, we would like to sing about salty air. How's that for a segue? The song Old Cape Cod was published in 1957. Patti Page fell in love with it and recorded it as the B-side as a 45 RPM single. It quickly became the more popular side of the record.
Church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of the town where you were born. If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air, quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. If you like the taste of a lobster stew that's served by a window with an ocean view, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod. Cape Cod. Winding roads that seem to beckon you in miles of green beneath the skies of blue. Church bells chiming on a Sunday morn remind you of the town where you were born. If you spend an evening, you'll want to stay, watching the moonlight on Cape Cod Bay. You're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod.
There's a special guest today at the Marin Charter School, which, by chance, is in Nevada. Every Monday afternoon, I've been working with 4 7th graders and 4 8th graders. We also have an antenna of women who are learning a cappella and barbershop. So, the Nevada Charter School gentlemen will join us for the next song.
Marshall, Adrian, Lucas, Connor, Bryce, Max, H.A., and Nate.
It's good to see these guys because my family spent many summers on Cape Cod when I was a boy. It was a summer paradise in the 1950s. Everyone played softball on Saturday mornings. I remember I wondered why the softball kept getting bigger. Then it hit me. Once I stayed up all night to see where the sun went, and then it dawned on me. You know, I also remember reading a book about anti-gravity. I just couldn't put it down. Well, I fell in love for the first time that summer when I was 8 years old. She had red hair and brown eyes, and her name was Marin. I was totally infatuated. When Ricky Nelson recorded this song in 1961, I knew it was about her. We still like the song so much, we stretched the fabulous 50s to include it.
Pass me by one summer day, flash those big brown eyes my way, and oh, I wanted you forevermore. My baby, I'm not one that gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and oh, I never did meet you before. I said, hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. I said, sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary Lou, that we'd never part. So hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart, goodbye, heart. Some of the things I heard your voice, believe me, I just had no choice. Well, horses couldn't make me stay away. Thought about a moonlit night, arms around you, good tight. That's all I need to see for me to stay. Hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Said, sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary Lou, we'd never part. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart, goodbye, heart. Hello, Mary Lou, I'm in love with you. Yes, hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart. From the start I said hello, Mary Lou, goodbye, heart.
While we're on the topic of love songs, let's reminisce with a popular Broadway show tune, one that was pivotal in the popularity of barbershop singing. Meredith Wilson's The Music Man ran for 1,385 performances over 4 years. Everyone will probably recognize this song that the show made famous in 1957, since it remains one of the most famous and enduring barbershop classics ever written.
Now here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine, be mine. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, to get the sun back in my sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, without
love songs were recorded in the 1950s. I guess that's why people call them the good old days. But you know, love can get very complicated. Lovers' logic becomes fuzzy, and they become totally incapable of making any wise decisions on their own. It reminds me of the old saying, I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. So in the 1950s, they had advice columns like Ask Ann Landers, whose real name was Eppie Lederer. She gave advice to the lovelorn beginning in 1955. Then the following year, her competitor, Dear Abby, appeared. Abby was really Pauline Phillips with the pen name of Abigail Van Buren. Their rivalry continued for decades. We are fortunate today to have a guest with us who is an authority on matters of love. She's one of my favorite characters, and I know she will soon be one of yours. Let's put our hands together for our lovable Dear Blabby.
Thank you. Dear loyal fans, when it comes to matters of love, it's just like they say, change is inevitable, except when it comes from vending machine. Now, let's get to today's mail. I have one letter here from the gentleman in San Pablo, who wrote, Dear Blabby, since my girlfriend left me, I'm a mess. I can't eat, I can't sleep. What should I do? Signed, Lonely Lover Boy. Well, for one thing, I always suggest that you take life and love with a grain of salt. Plus a slice of lemon and a shot of tequila. To ease your pain.
Writing down your thoughts is a good way to alleviate the pain. Here's a song that describes that method of coping. It's a 1957 revival of a song by Billy Williams that earned him a gold record.
The mailman passes by, and I just wonder why he never stops to ring my front door bell. Rings my front door bell. There's not a single line from that old love of mine. No, not a word since I last heard farewell. That's the reason that I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. Oh yeah, and make believe it came from you, came from little old you. The right words, oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom. I'll be glad I got 'em. Oh, smile and say I hope you're feeling better, much better. And close the love the way you do, yes you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself that letter. And make believe it came from you, my dear. Since you stopped writing me, I'm worried as can be. Gotta find a way to feel okay again. So here's my plan. I'll sit right down and write myself a letter. And make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words oh so sweet. They're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom. I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say I hope you're feeling better. sit right down and write myself that letter. Oh yeah, and that'll make me believe it came from Y-O-U. Gonna make me believe it came from you. Do, 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 do.
Speaking of letters, the next one says, Dear Bobby, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, I just know I'm nuts in love with my girlfriend. Don't tell my wife. But I really can't figure out why. Do you have any advice? Confused from Katati. Dear Confused, don't be confused. I'll bet the chorus here can explain precisely how you're feeling about this with another oldie. It's a 1950 song that was popularized by the Mills Brothers called Nevertheless.
Maybe I'm right, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm weak, and maybe I'm strong, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with only you. Maybe I'll win, and maybe I'll lose, and maybe I'm in for to riot the blues, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances are terrible chances that I'll be taking. Mine at the start, but left with a heart that is breaking. Is breaking. Maybe I'll live a life of regret, and maybe I'll give much more than I get, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with you. Somehow I know at this glance the terrible chances I'm taking. I'll be taking. Find the scar was left with a heart that is breaking. So maybe I'll live a life of regret. Maybe I'll give much more than I get, but nevertheless I'm in love. I've always been so in love. Nevertheless I'm in love with you. I'm so in love with you.
That song also reminds me that nobody's perfect. In fact, some people are less perfect than others. As they say, some people cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go.
And when a loving relationship comes to an end, often nobody's happy. This song, recorded in 1958 by Connie Francis, expresses those sentiments very well.
You smiled when we parted, it hurt me somehow. I thought there was nothing worthwhile. The tables are turning and you're fighting now, while I'm just now learning sorry now, 'cause it was right to the end. Just like a friend, I tried to warn you somehow, somehow. You know that you had your way, but now we're through and you must pay. 'Cause I'm through with just giving. I'm gonna start living. I'm glad that you're sorry now.
Oh, dear. Here's another letter from a fan. Bob from Benicia writes, Dear Betty, my girlfriend, Laura Lee, thinks I have eyes for other ladies. It's simply not true. Can you help me? Can you help Bill me out on this song? With a song?
Say, Bobby, I think we can help Bob. There's a lovely haunting tune that was actually written in 1861. That would have been old. 1861 that could tell his girlfriend how much he cares. The melody so impressed Elvis Presley and his good friend Ken Darby that in 1956 they wrote other lyrics to that song. Give a listen now to this lovely medley of both songs that were written nearly 100 years apart.
Love is old and love is new. Listen while we sing to you. As the blackbird in the spring 'neath the willow tree sat and piped, I heard him sing, sing of Oralee. Oralee, Oralee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air. As the years go swiftly by, lovers sing and lovers sigh. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Years may come and years may go, but still we love to sing. I love you so, I love you so.
Just like the good old songs that never die, some particularly interesting people stick in our minds forever. Few are as strange and mysterious as is our next enigmatic guest, an expert who gives advice about any topic. Some say his blood smells like cologne. His feet don't get blisters, but his shoes do. He once got pulled over for speeding, and the cop got the ticket. He's the life of parties that he's never attended. Let's welcome the most interesting man in the world.
Well, it's good to be here. As you know, I not always make sense, and when I do, I don't. I also speak French and Russian. Now, what is our first question?
Sheldon from Sausalito writes, I feel like a pair of curtains. What should I do?
Well, that's easy. You feel like a pair of curtains? Pull yourself together.
Sam from Sebastopol writes, I keep getting pains in my eye when I drink coffee. What should I do?
Maybe take the spoon out of the cup before you drink it?
Peter from Petaluma writes, I have green beans in my ears and a cucumber up my nose. Can you tell me what's wrong with me?
Well, certainly you're not eating properly.
Well, my friend Barney in Bodega says his wife of 12 years started a hot yoga class. She immediately fell in love with her instructor and moved in with him. Then, one morning, he left her a note saying that he'd found someone new. What should she say to him?
Well, I would say always be careful with love at first sight. Light travels faster than the sound. That's why some people appear bright until you hear them talk. Also, I would say never argue with an idiot. They may pull you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
Well, thank you. The most interesting man in the world. I'm sure Barney from Bodega will appreciate them too, those great thoughts. The chorus has some good advice for Barney on how to respond to his love quandary. Frankie Lyman recorded this next wonderfully spiteful song from 1936 on the Ted Steele Show on live TV in 1957. Both Julie London and Ella Fitzgerald also recorded it in the 1950s. Have a listen.
You told me there wasn't a lesson in love that you hadn't learned. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You told me that you could keep playing with fire without getting burned. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So you met someone and sent you back on your heels. Goody, goody. So you met someone
Now in the fine tradition of parades over the last few days, it's time to celebrate our 60th anniversary with a parade of chapter quartets. First, I'd like to introduce East Side Story. This is a brand new chapter quartet. They're all from the East Bay, featuring Norm Reynolds on tenor, Ron Dial on lead, Paul Wren baritone, and Will Larson on bass. East Side Story.
Why don't you swing that cherry stop and let me ride? Swing that cherry stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, how many easy I got home on the other side. Swing, 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 well, Ezekiel went down, swing a field, saw angel swing a chariot wheel, with so ridiculous swing a chariot wheel. You just wanted to swing out the chariot wheel. Why don't you swing that chariot stop and let me ride? Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got home on the other side. Swing, 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 Ezekiel went down, God born, chariot was bumping down the road, wasn't so ridiculous, bumping on the road. He just wanted to lay down his heavy load. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, home and easy. I got home on the other side. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got home on the other side. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Swing that chariot stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got home on the other side. On the other side.
All right. Next we have Upscale. Upscale Sound has been singing for several years, and this chapter quartet features Ron Dial singing tenor, Paul Wren singing lead, David Hanchett singing baritone, and Bill Griffin singing bass. Let's give a warm welcome to Upscale.
It's you and only you can make this world shining bright. Only you, it still must be you, can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do, and thrill my heart with love. For only you, only you, yes you and only you can make this change in me. For it's true, you know it must be true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You, my dream come true, my one and only you. Only you, say it's only you can make this change in me. For it's true, oh baby, you know that it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You, my dream come true, my one and only you. You, my dream come true, my one and only you.
All right. Thank you, upscale. Next, we have a quartet called the Marin Tones. This is another long-time foursome. You'll see some familiar faces again, at least one. This quartet features Sierra Salen on tenor, Phil DeBar singing lead, John Girk singing baritone, and Bill Griffin singing bass. Here are the Marin Tones.
This is a 60s song, not a 50s song. I want to tell you a little bit about it. It's a tender love song that we learned to sing at a wedding. And I'm sure that when the wedding couple went to reserve the site last spring at this beautiful winery in Mendocino on the banks of the Russian River, they had a sweet idea of spreading oak and people sitting in chairs and the chuppah and the whole scene. It was beautiful. It really was. Except that when it came for the wedding in October, the setting sun had moved right below the branches of the so the entire wedding was spent, at least for the people out front, the celebrant and the couple, the bridesmaids, was spent looking at people either in dark glasses or looking at the top of their heads or looking at hands. I think they're singing up there. The lips are moving, I think. Yeah. And it was very hot. It was one of those windless days up there, which can turn Ukiah into Hades, actually. So everyone was in a hurry. Our instructions were to sing this beautiful tender love song at the very end of the ceremony, and the wedding couple was supposed to stand there and wait for us to finish the song and appreciate the song. They even wanted people to sing along. But it got so hot and people were in such a hurry to get to the open bar that we began singing the tender love song, and the wedding couple just bolted down the aisle, leaving everybody up here in a tither because we didn't know we were supposed to sing and follow them and walking. And the whole wedding party had been instructed, of course, to wait for us to follow them.
So we sang half the song up front, kind of walked back with them a little bit, and then turned around and sang the tag of the song. We'd like to sing the song just standing in one place.
Who knows how long I've loved you? You know I love you still. Will I waste a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. For if I never saw you, I didn't catch your name. But it doesn't really matter. I will always feel the same. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. And when at last I find you, your song will fill the air. Sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near you. For the things you do endear you to me. Oh, you know I will.
Introduce our newest member, Sierra Salem, the Fairfax Wonder. On bass, Bill Griffin actually is the longest serving member of our chorus. He joined the Marin Golden Gate Chorus as a teenager in the 60s, correct? And we chose the next song not only because it's a 50s hit by Connie Francis again, but also because it features that rare bird in barbershop, a solo for your 85-year-old baritone.
Every rolling stone gets to feel alone when home sweet home is far away. I'm a rolling stone who's been so alone until today, because I'm gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. I'm gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. I got my bag, I got my reservation. Spend each time I could afford. I'm like a child in wild anticipation. Long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave. At 7, I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. I never thought my heart could be so dirty. Why did decide to roam. I'm gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home, sentimental journey home, sentimental journey home. I'm going home.
Thank you, Marin Tones. Now we have another chapter quartet, also made up of chorus members. This quartet is called Opus 4, and it features Ben Berto on tenor, Phil DeBar singing lead, yours truly, Paul Goldsmith, singing baritone, and Antonio Sausas singing bass. Opus 4.
Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. All I want is having you and music, music, music. I'd do anything for you, anything you want me to. All I want is kissing you and music, music, music. Closer, my dear, come closer. The nicest part of any melody is when you're dancing close to me. So, put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. All I want is loving you and music, music, music. Closer, my dear, come closer. The nicest part of any melody is when you're dancing close to me. So, honey, won't you put another nickel in? Put a nickel in the Nickelodeon. All I want is loving you and music, music, music.
So I was wrong in the last quartet. The song Decide Your Own, what is the one that we just sang? Sentimental Journey was Patty Page, of course. This is the County Francis song. Of course, there's nobody here who's old enough to remember County Francis. Or Teresa Brewer, who sang the last song.
Boy meets a girl and girl meets a boy. They stroll in the garden of love. You were the girl and I was the boy. You made my heart sing when you took my ring. But you were only fooling while I was falling in love. It's a story as old as Adam and Eve. I was making love, but you were making believe. You lied to me with kisses. I tried to stop dreaming of